What's going on, guys? Geneva9 back at you again today. Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode, I'm going to show you how to turn your exhaust into this to this. Stay tuned. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make it a sleeper and a subtle look. So by doing that, I kind of just want to black out the canister, just make it like that sleeper, but yet has that performance look into it. If you kind of know what I mean. But pretty much what I'm gonna do is this. As you can see right there, I'm gonna keep that chrome. I'm gonna black out only the piping from the end of the chrome all the way to the canister, all the way to the piping. Now I'm not gonna show you the rest of the piping because that's gonna take a while. So for demonstration purposes only, and for this build, I'm gonna show you how I prep and spray paint this area right here. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is show you the materials that I'll be using. I'm gonna be using the VHT very high temperature spray paint. This comes in satin black. I don't want it to be a gloss black. I just want to have that flat black look. And I'm going to be using the VHT engine enamel primer. So I'm going to use the primer and then hit it up with the final coat with the flat black. I'm also going to dull up the surface with the 320 grit sandpaper. It's going to allow the paint and the primer to stick a lot better onto the exhaust. If you haven't seen my last video, it shows you how I cleaned up this exhaust system. So click up in this white bubble right here up in the corner and it'll show you how I cleaned that up. The very first thing that I'm gonna do before we do anything is I'm gonna go and mask off the tip so that when I'm sanding this with the 320 grit sandpaper, I don't end up scratching that chrome tip right there. And as you can see, my exhaust is the RSR X Mag and it is the discontinued, and this exhaust system will be going on my 2000 Honda Prelude. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a latex glove to cover the rest of that tip so that I can save material and I don't waste my masking tape. I only went behind the weld of the exhaust tip right there. I'm gonna be sanding from here all the way back. Now if you look right here, guys, you can kind of see where all the little spots that I've missed after I've used the green scrubby on my last video, and you can just knock that off with some sandpaper. They should come right off. We just need to get rid of some of the little corners here with the rust. I still got a little few spots right there that I need to hit. Maybe I'm just gonna hit that with a wire brush. Here are the wire brushes that I'll be using today. I won't be using the nylon bristle brushes, but I'll be using the wire brushes, these two right here, to target those hard to reach corners, as you can see. Now all these materials that I'll be using today, including the paint, the wire brushes, and the sandpaper, I'll leave it down on the link below. So let's use the wire brush and let's hit up all the corners right now. So you can kind of see where the area where I hit it off with the wire brush is all shiny compared to those areas with still the rust and how dull it is. You want to expose that bare metal so that the paint will stick and adhere better. I got the bare metal exposed, and that's how you want the finish to be before you start painting. Now the one thing that I really love using the wire brush for is these little hard to reach corners right here. For example, on this label plate, you can kind of see on the corners right there that you can't reach with the sandpaper. So You can reach those with the wire brush along with these corners right here. Really good and handy tool to have. Make sure you don't miss the hangers as well. So pay attention to the little tiny crevices right there along on the other side as well. So I'm mostly gonna focus on the face right here because this is where it's gonna be showing when you install the exhaust. I got all the areas sanded down and it is looking really nice already. And it's all exposed metal right there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wipe down the whole exhaust system. Now it is very important to get all the dust and all the grease out of the surface because there's a big chance that when you spray it off with the spray paint and the primer, it's not gonna stick. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use the 70% isopropyl alcohol and a dirty shop rag, or in this case just a dirty microfiber towel, because you don't want to use anything new or fancy just because you're just gonna wipe it down anyways. So just make sure you have that clean and ready for preparation. That is very important to have the surface clean. So let's get to it. I pretty much leaned the exhaust right against the wall because I don't want to put it on the floor because it's dusty. I don't want to contaminate it again after I wiped it. I just want to show you a side-by-side comparison of what the old piping looks like without the cleaning. Corroded on some areas, rust right here, compared to our newly finished, polished exhaust right here. What I'm gonna do is spray this with some primer. You don't have to use a primer. You can just go straight up the VHT paint. But if you really want to make it look good and if you want the stuff to last and stick, I would go the extra mile and buy yourself some primer. Go buy yourself some primer. Make it look good the first time. I'm gonna shake this up real well for about 1 minute. So here's the process, guys. We're gonna hit it up with one light coat, wait for 10 minutes, and then hit it up again with another light coat, and then wait for 10 minutes, and then we'll put a medium coat after that. So one quick note, guys, before using this, make sure that the room temperature is between 60 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and that humidity in the room is less than 60%, or else your paint will not look good and it will not stick properly. We're gonna stay away 8 to 10 inches away from the exhaust. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test spray right here so that I don't get any nasty gunk out from the nozzle. All right, looks pretty good. Now you want to just do a light coat. So there you have it, guys. We have the first light coat. Don't worry if you miss some spots. We'll hit it up on the second round. To make it easier for myself, what I did was I tied some rope right there on the ceiling, and I pretty much hung this so that it is a lot easier for me to spray. At the same time, I don't have to keep flipping it over and over. So now that 10 minutes has passed, let me go respray it again. Alright guys, so I hit it up with the second coat of primer. I can still see some bare metal there. It's okay. This is the second light coat. And now we're just gonna wait for 10 more minutes and then we'll hit it up again. So it is very important, guys, just take your time, don't be impatient, don't hit it up with a heavy coat right away. Again, patience is key on this, guys. So as much as possible, I recommend that you just hit it up with a lot of light coats with 10-minute intervals in between, rather than just going full all out and being impatient. So check it out, guys. It is looking really good. I didn't go balls out on it. You can see that there's no drips. That's the one thing that you want to try to prevent, is overspraying it, and you're gonna end up with drips. If you rush it and you put too much heavy coats on there, you're gonna end up with drips, and you don't want that. I'm gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. After that, the real fun begins, and we're gonna hit it up with the flat black paint. So now that the primer is all dried up, it is time to hit it up with the VHT Flame Proof. In this case, I'm using the flat black color. It's gonna be the same process, guys. It's gonna be 2 light coats, 10 minutes in between, and then 1 final medium coat. So let's get to it. Let's flame it up. Oh, and again, if you're looking for these type of paint, I'll leave the link down below. Let's go get it. And again, you wanna do a test spray. Now that we hit it up twice, we're gonna do the final coat. So guys, we are finally done. I was very happy of how it turned out. So let's go take a look. So guys, that pretty much wraps the whole video. Thank you if you made it this far, and if you made it to the very end. Again, this is part of my 2000 Honda Prelude budget build daily driver. So if you guys like what you see, leave the comments down below what you think of how it turned out, and if you like it. Again, a lot of stuff on what I used here you can just purchase on cheap. Check out the link below and see all the items that I've used. Again guys, please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can always be in tune on the future builds of my 2 projects of now, my Evo and my Honda Prelude. So again, thank you again guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.